Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Do Ministry Gaming, and today I'll be talking about the Path of Exile breach mechanic. So as you progress through the game, you'll come across these purple breach portals, and engaging with the mechanic is very simple. All I have to do is walk through the portal, and as you can see, an expanding breach field along with these purple breach monsters have spawned. This is a timed field, so over a certain amount of time it will collapse back in on itself and end the encounter. And the faster you kill monsters within the breach, the faster the breach will expand and thus spawning more monsters. Now there are 5 main types of breaches that can spawn. The one that I'm in right now is called an Ul-Natal breach, as you can see from the splinter that's dropped on the ground here, which is a physical based breach. The other breaches that can spawn are Zos breach, which is fire based, Tull breach, which is cold based, Esh breach, which is lightning based, and Cheula breach, which is chaos based. And if you're finding that you are maybe in a map that's a little too hard and the breach is too difficult and you're worried about dying, all you have to do is just leave the breach and the monsters that have spawned inside can't come and chase after you. So as you just saw here, the encounter has ended, the breach has collapsed back in on itself. And as you kill monsters in the breach, you have a chance of dropping these splinters here, and I'll show you what these splinters do now. So when you've collected 100 of these splinters of a certain type, and I'll show you in my inventory, I've got 100 splinter of Eshes, you can combine them to create what's called a breachstone. So all you have to do is just take the 1 and stack it on the 99, and now you've created an Eshes breachstone. And what you can do with this breachstone is you can put it into the map device and spawn the domain of the breachlord. And in this case, because it's an Eshes breachstone, Eshes domain. And these domains are basically one big breach, a map with one big breach in it. There is an end to this map where a breach boss encounter is. And so because I'm in an Esh breach, it will be an Esh boss. And there's a couple things to note in these domain maps. The first is there's a certain amount of time that you have to get to the end of the map and to the boss. And as you can see here in the top middle of my screen, there's a timer. So if you don't make it to the end, by the end of that timer, you don't get to fight the boss. The breach will collapse in on itself and the map will end. And effectively you'll have wasted your breachstone. The other is that as you kill monsters, as you can see here, the timer does tick back up. So if you find that you're falling behind, just try to get further up into the breach and make sure that you're killing as many monsters as you can. And that's about it for now. It'll take me a bit to get to the end of the map here, so I'll do a quick time skip and we'll see you soon. Alright, so we've made it to the end of the map, and as you can see there's a portal to an arena here, and inside is the map boss. As you can see here, the Esh boss for this particular domain. And when you kill the boss, you have a chance of dropping the breach's unique items. In this case, the ones linked to the Esh boss, as well as a chance to drop something called a blessing, which did not drop in this case, neither of which are 100% drop rates. But here you can see a unique breach unique item that's dropped, and we'll have a quick look as to what that is. This here is an item called Hand of Thought Motion. It is unique to the Esh domain. Each domain has its own unique items. And the item that didn't drop just now is called a blessing, which I have one here as well. And what these blessings do is you can actually apply them to the base unique items and upgrade them into an improved version. So this is a good example here. The Hand of Thought Motion, one of the key lines here that makes this weapon powerful is the 1 to 5 lightning damage per 10 intelligence. So we'll just keep an eye on that, and what you can do is apply this blessing onto the item, and once you do, it upgrades the item to a Hand of Wisdom in Action, the improved version, As you can see, that line that was 1 to 5 lightning damage is now 1 to 10 lightning damage per 10 intelligence. I encourage you to look up what each of the different breach types, the unique items that can spawn or that can drop from the bosses. Some of them can be pretty powerful. This one in particular, at one point in time, was a meta item. It was very powerful. There are other ones, noteworthy ones, in particular Zoph's Heart Amulet, which can be upgraded to the Zoph's Blood Amulet. So go check out some of the uniques that can drop from the different bosses. One last thing to mention is that the breachstones themselves, there are actually upgraded versions of the breachstones. There's 2 more levels of the breachstones that you can get. You can upgrade the breachstones through a different mechanic, a different league mechanic called Syndicate. So I won't cover that here, but you'll see it in one of the future videos covering that particular league mechanic. But all that does for those breachstones is increases the level of the monsters, as well as experience, and some of them can be pretty good experience and a leveling technique for those looking to hit 100. So anyway, there you have it. That should be everything you need to know about the Breach League mechanic. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. I do stream on Twitch as well, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. The times will be in the description below. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.